Hey guys, welcome back. And today we're going to do Lyn Chapter 9, A Grim Reunion. So to summarize the past chapter, we had a bowman with a bow shooting a giant bow with giant arrows. Then he got clonked on the head. And then we killed a bunch of assassins. But they were better than Bayard. So, I guess they deserve some credit. So what's happening now is Lyn and her company is basically being branded as imposters. And so she's got to make it all the way to Castle Caelin. That's right. Put your faith in Redhead. So this is Elowood's theme, by the way. If we were going through Elowood's story, you'd hear that pretty often. Wow, what a great guy! So yeah, Elowood's like one of those really generous to a fault kind of people. He's a prince, right? All princes in all these stories have to have that sort of approach. Alright, so this chapter is the first introduction to fog of war, but also weather in general. So fog basically makes it harder for you to see. You can't see as far. You can't see the whole map. You can only see based on your units. Alright, let's see here. So look at the map. You can see everything. Here's the boss. His name is Eagler. So he's a paladin. So this is an upgraded cavalier. It's a promoted cavalier. As you can see, he's got pretty good stats. He's actually fairly strong. And he can equip, look at what he can equip. He can equip every weapon imaginable. Except for bows. So he's got a wide repertoire of weapons he can use, and he's got 2 ranged weapons too. So he's a pretty fierce boss, but we're not too worried about him. So you can see the whole map for now, but in a few chapters that's gonna change. Let's see, we de-equipped Matthew, so let's give him his stuff back. Sword. Lockpick. 2 lockpicks? Nah, just 1. So Lucius has a very, very powerful weapon. Let's see, what level is Lyn? Lyn's really weak, so Kent's strong. He's pretty strong. So I'll give it to him. So you notice the Lanceweaver's got weight 9. So if Lyn was to use it, she only has 5 con, so she loses a lot of avoid and attack speed if she uses it. Meanwhile, Kent has just enough con to use it without losing anything. So he's a perfect candidate for the Lanceweaver. So I'm actually going to trade some of these weapons in. And you'll see why soon enough. So do I have a javelin somewhere? Javelin. I'll keep one of those. Alright. Looks like we're good to go weapon-wise. Who's got the Armor Slayer? Lyn's got the Armor Slayer. And so We're gonna move Matthew here for now. So thieves can see through the fog really well. They can see up to 8 spaces away. And if they use a torch, they can see, I think it's like 13 spaces away, which is like this whole map, which is crazy. But all the other units can only see 3 spaces away. So let's see here. I usually leave Lynn here, but let's put someone who can use a sword. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Sane and Kent are going to be up front. I usually send Florina and Urk up top. I guess I'll just put Matthew here. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. Let's go! He keeps denying that he's a thief. He's totally a thief. What's this? So you've come. It's Jean-Luc Picard in armor. No, he's the commanding officer on Starship Enterprise. Just look at him. He's Picard. Oh, he means business. Of course. Wow, really? Captain Picard is on our team. We can't lose. There's no way we can lose now. All he needs is his cup of Earl Grey, and he'll be fine. So Wallace is like the superpowered unit you get at the end of Lynn's story. This guy, he basically can't even get hurt. And you'll see why. I mean, aside from the fact that he's Picard. Alright, so Wallace, yeah, Wallace is above level 10. So all units, all non-promoted units can reach up to level 20. Pretty much all units can change class with a certain certain item once they hit at least level 10, but usually it's better to wait until they're level 20. But if you're going through Lynn's story and you're not in hard mode, then you're forced to promote Wallace. Yeah, I need an item. So for Wallace, he needs a Night Crest. Some of the items are pretty tricky. I'll try to explain them as I get them. Much later in the story. Yeah, so the tutorial, it doesn't matter if you turn the tutorial off, he still forces you to use it. So Wallace, he's pretty strong. He's a little slow, but this guy can tank damage like crazy. So when he promotes, he's going to become a general, and he'll be able to use axes. That's why I saddled Will with some axes. I don't think he can use a hammer, though. Oh well, that's okay. Yeah, this guy he's great. He's got a good personality. So now you're forced to do it. And he promotes. So notice the massive stat boost. Generals get one of the best stat up or class up stat boosts, seriously, in like the whole game. Look, a giant walks among you. Come, break your weapons against me. I love this guy's personality. So now we've got Wallace. Now 17 defense. We can basically send him through this whole map. He'll just kill everything and not take a single scratch. But that's boring. So we'll use him. I'll use him, but I won't have him attack too much. So let's put his animation on. Alright, so we're going to be attacked from the top, from the middle, and from the bottom when the fog rolls in. So we're going to move Matthew. Actually, we're going to... Let's see here. We're going to bum rush this guy. So I'm actually going to have Matthew run up here. So this is where you get a torch. Thieves are the best units for using torches, simply because it extends their vision to a ridiculous amount. So when you use a torch, your vision increases, but every turn thereafter, it decreases by 1 space in all directions. Alright, so we got a torch, and that'll come in handy pretty soon. I'm gonna send Florina this way. Yeah, she can take hits, I hope. Send Urk that way too. So we're gonna have Wallace move in. We're gonna use him to whittle down Eagler. Unless... actually wait, let's heal him first. Unless Kent with the Lance Reaver can actually put a decent dent in him. But I don't think he can. So we're going to trade Wallace some items. So that way he'll have range too. He already has a... Actually, he doesn't have any range. So we're going to give him a hand axe. Now he can attack from range. There we go. So we'll move our units this way. You'll notice that tons of reinforcements disappeared. That's pretty much how it's going to be for the next few turns. I think on the next turn, the fog will roll in. That's not fun. So, brigands can stand on peaks. They're one of the only units that can stand on peaks. Peaks give 2 defense and 40 avoid. So this brigand's got 50 avoid, even though his stats are not very good. He can still dodge pretty easily. Even Lucius with his accuracy just can hardly touch him. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move him. We're gonna put someone right here and just hold him off, basically. So we will hold the fort as best we can here. So you notice that this guy's in range. The Cavalier's not in range. So I'm going to have Kent attack with a sword. And that's actually just not enough damage. Wow. And then I'll have Sane attack with a sword. No problem. Because Sane's strong. Alright. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to throw Kent in this forest. I'm weighing my decisions. I don't know if that's the best plan, but Kent in the forest is really hard to hit. So I'm thinking that's a good idea. Let's see, what's the range of this guy? Alright. The thing is, the Cavalier is also in the forest, so we actually can't afford that. So we're just gonna stay right here. We use what will we use? We'll just wait. We'll approach the Cavalier later. So Lynn will sit here and destroy basically anything. Let's see here. It's me to get Matthew across the field. Move Wallace in. I don't even have to worry about Wallace. He can kill anything. So we need to move Matthew as quickly as we can. Is he in range? No, he's fine. And Nils... Nils is safe. Perfect. So we'll send Matthew to the right as soon as we can. Probably get him to the middle of the stage if possible. So I'm going to have Florina block this off. I'm about to lose a lot of vision, so I'll leave Urk here just in case. Yeah, Lynn's got no issues. Just chopping through those brigands. It's pretty typical of all the Game Boy Fire Emblem games. All the enemies you fight in the beginning have axes, and all of your units have swords. I mean, that's not very fair. Yeah, so we're wrecking face here. And there we go, the fog kicks in. So here's where Matthew's going to come in handy. We're going to send him right here. Have him use a torch. Just watch our vision skyrocket. Alright, we can almost see all the way to the castle. So I have a fairly decent scout view of what's going on here. And that's really good. That's exactly what we want. So Lucius is our Cavalier killer. So I'm just gonna have, let's see, what should I do? Let's move Sane, and Sane's fine. But at the same time, we have to be wary of this brigand. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send Sane right here. Give him a lance. Just stick him right there. He's pretty fast too, I think. Yeah, he's pretty fast. Actually, I think he's faster than Kent. Or he has more void than Kent. So we're gonna have Lucius. We're gonna Kent whittle this guy down. Oh, that hurt. That hurts a lot. It's fine. He can take it. Oh my. Got a critical. Well, so much for that. So Lucius is gonna start killing everything. We could send Wallace this way, but he's just so freaking strong that we're just gonna... No one's gonna want to attack him. And if they do, then they're stupid. Like, seriously, they're really dumb. Because he'll just kill them. So we're gonna wait there. We'll have Sarah... No, I'll have Nils play. Nils is gonna get level 7 by the end of the next chapter. I don't know how easy it's gonna be. I might have to just sit around for a while. Matthew can take a hit, right? Yeah. I'll have Matthew whittle this guy down. Is that a safe spot? Just making sure. Yeah, it's a safe spot. Oops. And I think that's good. So we can't see anything here. So I'm gonna move in. So notice the typical range of vision is 3 spaces, right? So I'm gonna move Urk right here. Alright, so there's no enemy there. So we're just gonna leave him there just like that. I think we're good to go. So enemies appear on the same turn here, you'll notice. Before they move. Usually enemy reinforcements... Ow! Matthew actually got hurt. That's not good. Uh-oh. Oh. Thank goodness he's so fast. I didn't expect him to get hit. But things like that, you gotta be really careful if you want to do a perfect run. Like, I'm trying to do this all with just one run. It's hard. Without trying and starting over. You gotta be really, really careful and take it slower. Alright, so we're pretty injured here. But we can make some big plays. We're about to make those plays right now. First we're gonna kill this guy. Alright, we just murdered him. Wow. Now that's what I'm talking about. So Lucius is pretty OP, as I've been saying all along. And that's pretty much proof of why he's OP. He's just so... he's so... dependable. That's the term. So no one's attacking Wallace, as expected. I'm gonna send a guy up here. I'm gonna send Sane right here. Kill that dude. So here's a Myrmidon. They're usually... so mercenaries... I fought mercenaries before. They're usually relatively weak, and they have decent skill and speed. Myrmidons are like even more extreme versions of that. Like, look at his strength. He's got 3 strength. It's like the saddest thing ever. Can't even scratch Sane. Yeah, can't even scratch Sane with the weapon triangle. So we're gonna do some healing. We're gonna double heal. And we're gonna have Kent approach this guy head on. Actually, no, that's not a good idea. So let's have Matthew kill this guy. Alright. So these Cavaliers are pretty annoying. Alright, I'll let Wallace get a taste of blood. He'll just... actually... yeah, okay, I'll let him get a taste of blood. He'll just rip everything to shreds, but... hey, it's fun, right? It's Wallace. He's the super powered guy. So Sarah is poised perfectly. She's safe in 2 squares next to Wallace, here or here. So I'm gonna have her go right here. Heal up Kent. Actually, I'll send Kent in towards the bottom. So let's avoid the range of this guy. Just throw Kent right here. Lynn's fine. So there's nothing down here, so I can just wait. I think Urk might actually be able to take him himself, but just in case. Yeah, Myrmidons are really easy to kill if you have the right weapon. No, you're supposed to attack Wallace. Oh well, that's fine. Yeah, I don't know about Urk. I might just stop using him. He's okay. Ow, 1 damage. So you notice the vision creeped in by 1 square, and it's because the torch gets used up 1 square every time. So I'm gonna put Urk back a bit, just so he doesn't get killed. Rush this guy. I might be able to kill him. Alright, got the hits. So, there's an ongoing battle amongst many Blazing Sword players as to who's better, Kent or Sane. I honestly typically go with Kent. Actually, let's see here. I usually go with Kent just because I like his personality better. He's usually more reliable, he's usually faster and more accurate. But at the same time, Caelin is really freaking strong. And so you can honestly go with any of them. They're all good. Let's see, who needs to heal? Who needs to get healed? Everyone needs a heal. Yeah, I have my favorites in this game. So, and they're usually the most reliable units. Although usually I take the better of Kent or Caelin and use them. Use that one a little bit longer. But paladins don't really tend to fare that well later on in the game for a variety of reasons. They're not really that specialized, but they've got huge mobility, so they're useful throughout the whole game. So I'm going to bait some enemies out, see if there's enemies here. So let's move our radar, Matthew, move him in. Alright, there we go, you can see some enemies. Okay. Lynn's good. I'm gonna send Florina down pretty soon. Move Wallace in. Alright, we're good. It's free experience. So you'll notice I'm using the Manicotti a lot. It's not because I'm hungry. I don't really care about Manicotti, but the reason why I'm using Lynn, it's Manicotti so much, even though it's like a super valuable weapon, is because, well, what's going to happen is in Hector's story, the Manicotti, she's going to come back with the Manicotti, and it's going to be restored to its full usage. So I might as well just use it as much as possible, right? I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah. So I'm going to have Caelin scout out the rest of this map. Actually, I'll heal him first. Pretty sure there's nothing up there, but because all the enemies like to gravitate towards you, but I'll send them in. So one thing I didn't. My movement was so good this time, actually. One thing I didn't mention is that if you bump into an enemy in the fog while you're moving, your turn is over. So you really, really need to treasure vision. Because vision is just incredibly valuable. Alright, we're going to let Wallace take a bite out of these people. So he can't even move that far. Let's move Matthew in. Alright, now I can see the rest of the enemies. Here they are. Yay, enemies. So we have several choices. We can use Wallace to obliterate this guy completely. I don't think he can even hurt him. Or we can try to have Kent. Does Caelin have enough sword skill? Probably not. Yeah, he doesn't have enough. We can have Kent try to whittle him down slowly but surely. So we can do we can do several options. Let's see here. Actually, I'll have Kent. I'll have Kent take the... Yeah. He only has E and Lance? Yeah, okay, he's got to level that Lance up. So he can use a Steel Lance. There we go. Alright, this is the last enemies we've got. So we're gonna let Wallace chunk down Eagler, basically a whole bunch. Actually, first I'm gonna demonstrate a strategy. I'm gonna show what happens if you... So I'm gonna show the strategy that I sometimes use to defeat Eagler without using Wallace. Because Eagler's got a lot of defense, and that's very, very tough to crack. He's hard to crack. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to have Kent use the Lance Reaver, right? So Eagler is very slow. He's pretty... Actually, wait a minute. He's pretty slow, but I think Kent may beat him. Maybe not. But basically, I can... Let's try it. Here. Right? So as you can see... I fare very well against this Javelin with the Lance Reaver. The problem is, he's got a hand axe. So we're going to employ a strategy that basically just completely abuses the AI. Let's see, who are we going to use to kill this guy? Let's just have Lynn take a hit. Or not. Or yes, we will. Move her in range. There we go. Flute. Use the flute. Flute lets you move again. Somehow. So Eagler's got 1 to 2 range, so I gotta be careful and stay out of that range, otherwise I'm in trouble. So I need Florina and I need Sane. So I'll have Sane move around. It's faster to go around the forest, because Cavaliers take 3 movement spaces to go through forest, whereas most of the units usually take just 2. But most of the units only have lower mobility, so it makes sense. I guess it's kind of a balance thing. So we'll move in, get ready to wreck face. I'll probably just have Wallace face the final boss. That's what I'll do. Just taking it like a woman. Stand stock still. Just get a spear straight through your chest. I think it's a there's an Awkward Zombie comic. Go watch Awkward Zombie. Go read Awkward Zombie. It's a really good comic that often features Fire Emblem, so I totally recommend it. There's a comic where the author basically makes fun of in the Game Boy games. Wow, Nil's got skill. I'm getting lucky, even though it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so Awkward Zombie, they talk a lot about Fire Emblem. And there's one comic where it shows Hector, who's a lord that we're gonna get pretty soon. And this enemy soldier runs forward and tries to stab him, and it goes right through his armor completely, like it goes through his body completely, and it says no damage. And then Hector like pulls him in using his body, and it's just he doesn't take any damage, but it just clearly shows the spear going straight through. And I don't know, it's funny in context. So anyway, I'm going to employ a strategy here. It's kind of, how do I put it? It's a pretty abusive strategy, that's what I'll say. So I'll get all my units in range and prepare for this. So Kent's got a really good striking damage here. Actually, same. Yeah, he's fine. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack with Kent once with the Lance Reaver. Right. So Kent has... Actually, I'm going to turn animations on. Kent and Sane and Wallace have special talk animations with this boss. So I'm just going to have... Actually, I'll show what the Paladin attack animation looks like. So I'll have Kent go into battle. So where's Sarah? Oh, Sarah's really far away. I don't know if I like that. That's okay. So I'll have him attack. So Paladins look pretty badass. Yeah, so Kent will do pretty well against Eagler. So here's what I'm going to do. Because mounted units can rescue and move at the same time, I'm going to have Florina rescue Kent, and then move her into safety here. Then, I'm going to have Sane take Kent and drop him right there. And that's that. So what I've done, and this is pretty tricky, is I've created a situation where Eagler has nothing in range of his attack. What that means is he's not going to switch his weapon. So I can just keep moving in every turn like this, and just have Kent whack him. The only problem is that Eagler's going to recover health, and that's not something we like. That's okay. We're going to give Kent lots of experience, because we can. Kind of funny how the first weapon to break is actually a heal staff. That's funny. I could send in Wallace. Let me demonstrate what Wallace is capable of. I'll send him in for 1 round. Or 2 rounds. So yeah, see, he didn't change his weapon. So I can just keep using that strategy. But as you can see, Wallace, yeah, this is a complete joke. So here's what we're gonna have Wallace do a little damage. Actually, I'll show off the general attack animation too. Where are you, Wallace? Oh, I already have it on. Perfect. Move in and attack. These guys really ham it up. Bam! Axe to the horse. So yeah, Wallace just chunks him down. So we're gonna use the same strategy, actually. I'm gonna do a little daisy chain. Right. Drop him right there. Anyone need healing? Anyone need healing? No one needs healing? Okay, no one needs healing. Use the flute. So we're just delaying our time. So once again, Eagler will not switch weapons. And that makes him weak. See? So I can just chunk him down like this. I can kill him this turn. Oh, I missed. That's not good. So I did miss that attack. So what I can do is I can just sit him here, but I'm not gonna. Actually, I can do that. I'll sit him there. I'll use Lynn to get the killing blow. That's what I'll do. So I'll sit Wallace here with an Iron Axe, and I'll just chunk Eagler. It's pretty funny. I think he still can't even damage him. Yeah, recover your health. So see, switch weapons. Yep, still can't damage him. But as you can see, my accuracy is plummeted. But because he can't even scratch Wallace, it's just a matter of time before he just gets chunked down. This will not kill him. Well, I'm getting really unlucky. He's hitting me and he has less accuracy. That's great. Gotta love the random number generator. So the thing is, I've gotten Eagler to switch weapons to an axe, which makes him extremely vulnerable to Lynn's Manicotti. Oh, he switched to a javelin! I don't know why he did that. He just made himself weaker. But whatever. So if I land this blow, I should use a hand axe. That's perfect. If I can hit it, then he's dead. Great! Got the hit. So he has 1 health, now he's really easy to finish off. So that's the power of Wallace. He's blatantly overpowered. I can give Sane a try. See if Sane can kill him. Sane has an attack, or has a little spiel with him too. See if he can get the kill. Actually, I don't want him to get the kill, so let's try to dodge. Have him dodge. And he missed! Lovely. So we'll just have Kent rescue him. Alright, so now we've got to make a decision here. I can use Lucius probably to kill him. But Lucius is really weak. So what can I do here? I can send Lyn. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have Lyn trade with Kent. Just make sure he's got the lance equipped. Yep. I'm gonna have Lyn trade with Kent. Give me that Lance Reaver. Alright, so I got the Lance Reaver now. Then I'll have Nils play for Lyn. And then send her right in and get the kill. Alright, victory is assured. Wow, I managed to have all the conversations. That's great. But enough talk. How about you? Ah, so he reveals that it's poison. And the general falls. He was pretty tough, though. He is definitely one of the harder enemies in Lyn's story. And she refuses to get strength. Gosh, every single sword user hates me. Every single main sword user hates me. So Lyn's gotta seize this fort, so I gotta wait another turn. Which kinda sucks, but it's okay. I'm gonna squeeze as much experience out as we can. And that's that. Yeah, so the next chapter is the final Lyn chapter. How exciting. But first, the evil guy's lair. He even looks like a complete scumbag, like seriously. He's even got the slicked back hair. And the enormous chin. Is it a Jay Leno chin? Maybe, I don't know. You and your precious granddaughter in my way! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Wow, laid on thick. Alright, so that was chapter 9. Next chapter is the final battle, the final chapter in Lyn's story. This is where we get to face off against Lundgren himself, so tune in next time, and thank you for watching.